Hey, so I want to talk about this show that I just finished watching. It's called Black Mirror, and I don't know if it's like a really popular show or not. I'm not really sure. I've talked to a few people about it, and they've said that they've watched like a couple episodes or whatever, and I don't feel like anyone really got like super deep into the show like I did. Uh, Basically, what it is, it's like I don't know how to describe it. It's kind of hard to explain. But something that I read, someone said something that is pretty accurate. They said it's like, um, they said, sorry, I'm trying to look up the episode list so I can talk about the show. They said it's like the Twilight Zone, and I can see that. Although I never watched the Twilight Zone, but I respect it and I understand the premise of the show. It is like the Twilight Zone, but instead, it's like today's world if it was in the future and also focused around technology. And the way that they go about it is that in every episode's different. Every episode has a different story, different people, but it's interesting because they have reoccurring little details in it, which I'll get into a little later. Um, so they have different episode or different stories in every episode, and you can watch whatever episode in whatever order you want. I chose to watch the show in order, and so they pretty much exaggerate some sort of technology so much so that it creates some sort of like paranoia or like an extreme within the show that makes something horrible happen or something very scary or like something to boost your anxiety and just make you worrisome about whatever technology could bring to us, if that makes sense. It's like it's pretty psychologically horrifying, and it's what I really fucking love about the show because I'm into that kind of shit. I'm into seeing like okay like we're here now and technology's already insane. So what the fuck is it gonna be like in 20 years? Could we possibly have these things that the show is showing us and telling us and creating these stories about? And also I'll say spoiler alert because I might spoil some episodes here and there. I don't know. I don't want to hold myself back from talking about this insane show. Um, so yeah, it's a really thought-provoking show, and I think that might be the thing as of why people aren't really fully understanding it. At least the people who I've talked to and tried to talk about the show. I mean, it might not be for them just at all, but I also think it's deeper than just a show that shows you like whoa, like this crazy technology is happening, and like, whoa, look at like what we might be able to do in the future, and blah blah blah. It's like a show that you should be able to like take a message from. There is a deeper message within these shows, and it's not always just like some surface level showing you of like the action that's happening in the show, or like the cool effects, or like uh, I don't know. I feel like it's just a deeper show, and they're trying to give you something to take away from it to show you like all right, this is what could happen. And the way that they relate certain emotions back to your life in a sense, and and I'll say this again, they exaggerate the technology. So it's like, for example, what really thinking about this show was like, so in a lot of the episodes they'll have like they'll have like a screen, like a big screen, right in front of you, and then you just swipe your hand left to right, and then you control the screen by doing that, just like we do on our phones. And but instead, it's like just like a floating fucking hologram screen right in front of your face, or it's like a screen on the wall, but it's like humongous, and like you just swipe in the air. You don't have to touch anything, but it just knows. That's how you control it. You just swipe in the fucking air, right? So they're doing this, and that's what I mean by the exaggerated technology. Like that's something that we could have in the future, in the near future, by the way. And it's like exaggerated. It's like bigger than it is right now in our current world. But then it's like after I was done watching that show and I got on my phone, I was like, holy shit, we're already doing this. We're already swiping on a screen. So it's like, in a way, we're already here. But what they're doing is just, it's just on a larger scale, which kind of affected me in a way. It's like, oh shit, so we're really, like, all these things that they show on the show in terms of the technology and the advancements or whatever, is like, it seems like it's so far in the future. Like, we're talking like, this is like the future of like what we're gonna have. But then the way that they convey the message back to you and what you take away from the show, it's like, oh shit, we're already here in a way. So let me start talking about these episodes. The first episode, the national anthem, I thought was an awesome fucking first episode. Um, it really captured the influence of the news and how the news does not always show what's needed to be shown, or like the most popular thing. Like first off, like right when the show started, and the couple was in the bed, and they were watching. The girl was like talking about how there was the video on the internet or whatever, and when she showed her boyfriend or the guy in the bed the video of the princess that was captured, and then the guy was like, well, why isn't it on the news? Why is the news not saying it? And then bam, it fucking hit me. It hit me right there. It was like, that's exactly the shit that happens today. The news doesn't tell the stories that really need to be told all the time. Eventually the news did show that story, but it's like, it's just funny how it works. It's funny how, for example, something like Twitter could have be talking or trending a story that should be worldwidely talked about at the time, but the news isn't. And it's like, the news has just always been this power holder of what the people talk about and what the people care about. So I thought that was just interesting how they did that. And there were a lot of fucking deeper things to take away from that episode that I don't really want to get into on this podcast right now. But excellent episode. 15 Million Merits. That episode was really good as well. The whole American Idol thing was really cool. The speech at the end was really good. And something I noticed, a reoccurring detail like I was talking about, is that the song that the girl is singing for her like American Idol kind of audition thing in 15 Million Merits is the same song that she was singing in Men Against Fire at that roach guy, the roach terrorist guy who had all the roaches in his house or whatever. That's the same song. So that's what I mean by the reoccurring details. I think that is really impressive and smart that the creators of the show do that, or the writers of the show do that. I love stuff like that. And so yeah, the second episode was really good. The entire history of you was fucking crazy. And that's one of the episodes that, like, when I watched that, I was like, you know, if we ever do get to this point where people are recording their entire life pretty much through their eyes, it's like that situation with the couple and their relationship and replaying events that happen and noticing every single detail that people do, that is something that will be played out so much, because it's like just the insecurities and the worrying about if your partner, if you can trust them or not. And it's just that's such a big factor in today's world already that isn't being totally worked out. There's no in the average relationship, I feel like there's no, it's just like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like people don't think or understand the premise or this how you work out a relationship enough to understand like how to really make them function in a way, I guess. So if this technology was available, that is something that would happen so much. Like, there's no, like, if you don't have to be able to like 100% trust your partner, then why would you even focus on the actual trust part when you can just look through your eyes at every detail, and then the actions will speak for themselves, I guess. That episode is really fucking crazy. I think that is one of the first episodes someone should watch if they want to get into the show. I think it does a really good job of wrapping up the whole entire show or series as a whole. Um, Be Right Back was another one of my favorites. That was a really emotional episode for me. White Bear was insane, and this is another episode that I thought did a very good job of exaggerating something that we can so much relate to today, though, in our life. So the girl who I think she had like murdered her child or a child or something, um, she murdered this kid, and then so her whole life, this is the spoilers I was talking about, by the way. Her whole life, pretty much, her punishment for that is pretty much replaying and being, or she's pretty much like put in a zoo for people to watch and insult her and record her, and so these people follow her around, and she's pretty much put as an example of a bad person in this like small community of people. And at the end of the episode, she's brought around the town or the community like she's in a parade, and these people throw like blood at her and all this shit and just yell at her and stuff. And it's like you would think watching this show on the surface level of all that, like seeing all that, you think, oh well, that's very exaggerated, and that's not something that really happens today, but I guess it could happen in the future if we really get to that point. And like you look at it and you kind of feel bad for this girl, even though she did this horrible crime or whatever, but you feel like this certain way, like wow, like people are really like uh just letting all their anger out on this one person that they don't even know, right? And then you're like, oh, that would never happen. But the thing is, this is what I'm talking about. You can relate it back to today because that is what does happen. It might not happen on that level that they exaggerated it to, but for example, the first person or case that I thought of when I saw the show was Casey Anthony, which I think she like murdered her kids or whatever. And the thing is not. Of course, I'm not justifying what the fuck these people are doing, killing kids. Of course not. But it's like one action that someone does that people don't even know can be blown up across the whole nation. The whole entire nation knows about this, and they're put on display for people to bash. And it's like I think that was the perfect episode or the perfect way to show through that episode that that's pretty much the same exact shit that's happening. It's not like Casey Anthony could ever really walk around town anymore without being insanely criticized and mocked and almost killed and assaulted and insulted and put on display. There's this level that the news and social media does to these people who do horrible things. It's this way, like people are now really put on display like that and pretty much put into zoo-like situations where they are a target. And in a way, like every day for the girl in the episode, she at the end of the day when she was back in the house or whatever, they would make her take these pills, and then she would like forget the entire day again, so she would relive the day waking up and not knowing what the fuck was going on. And then she discovered through this zoo-like situation that she's in what was happening, and then she would have to relive the situation every day. And that's still, you can relate that back to today with Casey. Like she probably has to go through the same exact shit. I don't even know if she's still fucking alive anymore. I actually haven't heard from her from a while or anything of her case or whatever. I have no idea what's happening with her, but I just thought that was interesting. That is one of the examples of the exaggeration that I'm talking about. Is that, yeah, it seems like it's so far-fetched from what's happening today, but in a way, it is what's happening today. Um, let's see what else. The Waldo Movement was the lowest rated episode on IMDb, and I thought it was an excellent episode. I mean, it didn't stick out like the rest of them and have like this insane, crazy twist ending or whatever, or any twist really throughout it. But I thought it was really interesting how it all played out, and I thought it was a really good episode regardless. White Christmas was my favorite. That was the special episode, so it wasn't really in the seasons. But That episode is a fucking insane episode. I really want to rewatch that. I think I might after I do this. And it's just fucking incredible. Such a good episode. Nosedive. This is where season 3 starts, and season 3 is insane. Not only every episode of this whole show good. I think every single episode of the show is good. But season 3 is just like, they took it up a notch. They took it up a notch with all these episodes. Nosedive was fucking awesome. Playtest was fucking insane. I cannot get over Playtest. That shit fucked me up, man. That episode fucked me up. Oh, and by the way, for Be Right Back, tomorrow, Wednesday, what's the date today? I think it's the 21st. December 21st, I'll be on another podcast. I'll be on BoobTube Buddies. I'll be on their podcast talking about the episode Be Right Back. So I'll post that. I might also be talking about Playtest on their podcast as well. And I'm really excited to do that. Shut Up and Dance was fucking insane. That ending was so intense, man. So intense. That was an interesting episode because probably until like halfway through it, I was like, alright, so is this gonna be like a more mild episode? Because the build up was like very exciting and everything, but it wasn't doing it like the other episodes. Like you could kind of spot the twists and the really depressing shit that's gonna spark off eventually in these episodes with the previous ones. But with Shut Up and Drive, like the build up was happening, but they kind of trick you. They kind of make you think it's a more mild episode, but no, it fucking blows up at the end. San Junipero. They say the name of this place like 100 times in the episode, and I still don't know how to pronounce it. San Junipero or whatever. That episode was fucking amazing. One of the more happier episodes, I guess, in a way. Men Against Fire was fucking crazy, and Hated in a Nation was also fucking crazy. Although that, I gotta like rewatch that episode, I think, because the ending was kind of confusing to me. It didn't 100% make sense. But still, all really good episodes. I really highly recommend this show to anyone who's into any kind of like technology kind of shit, or like if you want a show that'll make you think. And you know what's crazy is yesterday there was that video of the Russian ambassador getting shot and killed, and it's fucking insane. That was some Black Mirror shit to me, because it was like, all right, people have been shot and killed on videos before, right? And they've been on the internet for a while now. Like, that's something that just is in our life. That's something that is just that we live with now in our world. We understand that there are videos out there on the internet that would never be shown on the news 10 or 15 or 20 years ago, right? But the thing is like, the tables have turned in terms of what is shown and what people talk about. So let's say 20 years ago this happened. The news, I'm not 100% sure on this, but I would assume that the news would not be showing the video. Or, let alone, there would be a video at all. So, fast forward to today, and it's like, okay, this video is out there, and it exists. Someone puts it on the internet, and the video blows the fuck up, right? So everyone's watching this video, along with the article that they clicked on. Like, all these news outlets are posting the video. And then, last night, I went to the gym, only to see the video being shown on, like, CNN and all these news outlets on the TV. That, I don't know how long this has been going on for, that they are just showing videos of people being murdered on the news. I mean, they have been for all the police brutality cases and whatever, but this is like a politician being fucking murdered on the news, and it's being shown everywhere. There's something about that is very unsettling and Black Mirror-ish to me. It's like, let's say back 20 years ago they would never have shown this kind of content on the news. But the tables have turned in the sense that now the people who record the videos, the people who have cameras on their phone, and who capture these moments, have the power now. People like us, regular people who live everyday lives, who just have a smartphone. If you record and capture something like that, and you post it on the internet for everyone to see, and it takes off, then the news will also show that. So we, in a sense, now have the power to show what's on the news. And it's really weird to me that they're showing someone being murdered on the news. It's like there's some gap between, like, okay, like, the curiosity of this video has gotten the best of me, but it's like, how many of those people are also thinking at the same time, like, not only are we seeing a man dying right there, like, CNN was even showing these pictures of the shooter standing there with the gun out, and the Russian ambassador was just laying on the ground bleeding out. That is insane to me that the news is showing that. So it's like, how many people are going to this video, right, clicking on it, and, out of pure curiosity to see the whole event happen, or see someone to that stature getting killed. And then how many of those people are thinking at the same time, like, not only am I watching a man getting murdered, but the family of this man and these people who were close to him have to keep reliving over and over again this moment. It's like they didn't have to be there to see it. They didn't have to be there to witness this insanely traumatic event in their life that will change their lives forever. They didn't have to be there to witness it, because it is going to be blasted in their face for, like, the next week. And not only the next week, it's going to be on the internet forever. Someone who they loved, their murder will be on the internet plastered forever. And the thing is, you could argue, well, this has been happening since the internet's been out. There have been people murdered on the internet, and, they have to, their family members, they have to live with that as well. But it's like, this is different. This is different because CNN is showing it. It's like, I don't know, there's something really unsettling about that to me. Because it's like, why exactly are they showing the video? I mean, we know in the back of our mind it's like for the revenue, for the clicks, for the attention towards their news site. Because it's like, well, okay, so we have this guy posting the video, whoever posted the original video, we have this guy on the internet posting it, and he's getting all the clicks towards him right now, so we gotta ask him to take the video so we can show it, and all the other news outlets are gonna show it too, so we gotta show it. And that's exactly what it is. It's like, these news outlets are not they don't give a fuck about this guy's family, or even the respect for this man who was just he has life taken on camera, so now we gotta plaster it all over the world for the world to see. It's like, I don't know, it's weird. It's weird that, like, there's something very low-key about these high-end news outlets who are just saying, like, this is going to draw a lot of attention to our site, or our brand. And I don't know, it's something that's just really weird about that. But that's just the fucking time we live in. That's just what we have to get used to, I guess. We have to get used to this kind of shit. Like, I don't think it's gonna if there's a video of someone of that status being killed, then from pretty much here on out, it's like, it's gonna, I don't know, it's gonna be broadcasted all over for the world to see. And I'm getting off topic. That's some Black Mirror shit to me. And so yeah, anyway, I recommend the show. It's a really good show. I think White Christmas is like my favorite episode still, even though Playtest is up there as well. Shut Up and Dance is really up there. I highly recommend this show. Just try a few episodes out. You can try whatever episode you want out. You don't have to watch it in order like I did, but I just did that just because I didn't know how else to approach this show. You can watch whatever episode you want, read about them, try to pick an episode that would be interest you the most, and I definitely highly recommend this show, man. I can't say it enough. I'm obsessed with it. I'm sad that I finished it. Um, and like I said, tomorrow I'll be on Boob Tube Buddies podcast talking about Be Right Back. The episode Be Right Back. I can't wait for that. I'll post it when it's all said and done. Thank you guys for listening. Let me know what you think of the show, and enjoy your day. Peace.